Anti-Semitic speech is not welcome anywhere in public discourse. Wow, that was easy. If only the heads of 3 major Ivy League institutions had thought to say that to themselves. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And as you probably have figured out here, we at 10 Minutes with Nick do value free speech. We value the ability to say things, even things that we disagree with. For example, if one were to say an anti-Semitic thing, right? Like that's unfortunately in the realm of free speech, you have to let something like that go. But in a C-SPAN televised hearing, the question was asked specifically not anti-Semitic speech in general. Now, anti-Semitic speech in general, we can all agree, is hateful, it is wrong. But the reason we have the First Amendment is to, know who's saying these opinions. We want to be able to find these opinions and listen to them and know that they're bad. You don't learn if something is bad by ignoring it. However, the question posed to 3 major heads, they're the deans of the campuses of, I believe it was Harvard, MIT, and Penn, 3 of the most prestigious universities in America. The question posed wasn't one of if anti-Semitic speech is heard anywhere on the campus, do you immediately shut it down? No. The question was, if someone calls for the genocide of the Jewish people, does that qualify as harassment? Now, anyone with half a brain should be able to say, yes, that would qualify as harassment. Why? Because it is a specific call to action. It's why people got so mad at Trump for the January 6th uprising. It is because his speech, according to some, qualified as a call to action, not just rhetoric. A call for genocide is a call, it is asking somebody to do it. It is now, granted, that person may very well say, I'm not going to do it, but man, somebody should just go and wipe out those yada yadas, right? I'm not going to use Jewish slurs on my podcast because I'm just not going to do it. But if you call for genocide, that is a call to action. That is conduct. That is conduct in and of itself. That goes beyond dog whistle. That goes beyond opinion. That goes beyond rhetoric. It's the same thing if you were to say people should just go and wipe out the Islamic people. Right? That's not good. We don't encourage that. Now, granted, this has changed and evolved over the years. But there's not really, on a college campus, there's not really an appropriate context for said speech, except for identifying what a call to genocide looks like, I suppose, which would be a really weird conversation to have. But I feel like between all of us, we can all agree that calling for genocide of any ethnic group is unacceptable. And it is unacceptable specifically, again, because it is a call to action. You can't shout fire in a crowded theater. And you just can't do it. You can't do it. And it's not limited to Jewish people. Like, you're calling for the genocide of any specific ethnic group. You can't do that. And again, for, people who aren't quite intelligent. Now, we did talk the other day about college discourse and the importance about being able to ask dumb questions. But asking a dumb question is more along the lines of, well, why isn't a call to, like, a dumb question, very dumb question, would be, why isn't it acceptable to call to say this? Well, you can't say this because it is a call for genocide. Well, why is it a call for genocide? Well, let's go into the historical background of that and explain why it's a call for genocide. That's a discussion to have on a college campus, because then that is a learning opportunity to grow and know why this is not acceptable and to be on the lookout for said speech. This is disturbing. You can find the video anywhere on the internet. But what's even more disturbing is the follow-up. Because Harvard put out a statement from the same dean who spoke at this congressional hearing, where I might remind you, the people, that everybody was under oath. And she said the exact opposite of what she said under oath. Meaning that so long as she's not under oath, she's fine with saying it. Why? Well, there's two reasons for that. One, she just hates Republicans so much that she's just not going to give them the time of day. And that's a problem in and of itself, that she so hates a political party that she can't just say something nice and get, she could have shut down the whole line of questioning and just said, yeah, that's not appropriate. Move on. Just shut it right down. Or made the Republican person look stupid because you've hauled me up here. I had to come down here for questioning. No, we don't allow this kind of crap on campus. Why would you think we do? Instead, under oath, she danced and wiggled and did her best to not give a straight answer. The reason you would do that under oath is because you don't want to be caught in a lie that would perjure you. She didn't want to, none of the heads, all three of them happened to be female. That has nothing to do with their opinion. All three of them happened to be women presenting on camera. I have no idea what their gender is, I suppose. Moving on. None of them wanted to say anything that would get them in trouble under oath because it would be perjury. But they're fine saying it on Twitter because it's not that's a statement, sure, but it's not a statement under oath. That's an important thing to realize here. They didn't want to say anything that could become actionable because they were under oath. That's disturbing. For those of you who don't watch the videos, I kind of just did like a little weird, like, aggressive shoulder shrug and eye expansion because that's my shocked face. They know enough. They're smart enough to know that when you're under oath, you're setting yourself up for perjury if you lie. And so they didn't lie. They didn't say anything. Because no matter what they said, now they can't be hauled in for perjury. Or at least it would be very difficult to make a perjury case against them. It's unbelievable. The worst thing, though, that comes out of this is that the New York Times, and I'm just going to look up this headline because it was incredible. New York Times headline Let's see what comes up. Harvard Jewish. Oh, interesting. That's 7 days ago. There it is. 1 day ago. The headline. After the hearing, New York Times published this headline. Republicans try to put Harvard, MIT, and Penn on the defensive about anti-Semitism. And then the sub-headline would be, in a congressional hearing, the president of the universities parried accusations that their institutions had tolerated bias against Jews. You can look that up. That was, I'm recording this on December 6th. That was one of their December 5th headlines. Watch the video for yourselves and make the determination if they parried anything at all. Frankly, they didn't. And quite frankly, all they had to do was say, yes, calling for genocide is something the university does not support and would fall under harassment. I understand that if you want to say we are a campus that believes in free speech, first of all, no, you're not. You have literal safe spaces to protect people from free speech. That's an issue for another day. This is insane. You curtail all sorts of free speech until you get to anti-Semitism. I hope you have this same energy for all manner of discrimination then, because if you're going to discriminate, you may as well do it equally to everyone. But you shouldn't discriminate. It should be very easy for you to just say, no, you know what? We draw the line at things that it would have been very simple to say, no, we are free speech based campuses, but we draw the line at things that are specific calls to action, and a call for genocide is a specific call to action, whether that's for the Jewish people, whether that's for Islamic peoples, whether that's for Irish peoples. Like, You don't get to specifically call out a group and say that group should die. That is a call to action. Is a call to action when you say, I don't know that I would do it, but somebody should just go and murder Joe and his family. You don't get to do that. It's not a thing. I don't know. Happy Friday, I guess. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, but happy Friday, everybody. Go have a good weekend. Go be a light in other people's lives. Go be nice. And in the interim, talk however you'd like to talk. But if you start calling for people to get hurt, just know that that is actionable and it is not protected under the First Amendment. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.